Slaya, Road Rage, Capozzi, Connor, Ruckus, Bonnet, Hernandez, H, Zubinski, Enigma, Boomerang, Hot Wheels, and Martin. A lot of these names are very familiar.
Yes, they are. Several of the Team USA skaters had been skating for their respective leagues in the championships.
We've been seeing Ari Cantrell a lot. Sugar Cookies has been doing an amazing job. We had Road Rage the other night here. Enigma. And even off of this roster, I'm still seeing that Olivia Glisson was doing some jamming all weekend and again this morning. So some of our championships are carrying over today into the World Cup.
That's right. And, one of the things today is for seeding purposes. These are 30-minute games. If you're just tuning in now, there's one timeout per team, one official review per team. You only get 4 fouls. If you commit that 4th foul, you are out of the game. And so it's a round robin. Each team will be playing all of the other teams, and after the last game, the tournament committee will look at the results and seed a bracketed tournament tomorrow.
So we are going live feed today and again tomorrow at twitch.tv/WFTDA.
And we thank you so much for joining. We see a fair amount of Twitch TV chat going on.
Oh yeah, it's been blowing up all morning here. We've got Australia. If you haven't been following, we have Team Australia, Team Great Britain, Europe, as you're about to see now.
Oh yeah. Well, first up now, we are underway. They are not messing around. They want to get these games played. We got Unstoppable jamming for Team USA East. And Duracell. Yeah, Duracell for Team Europe.
We've already got one penalty there going to a Europe blocker.
Oh, Unstoppable able to stay in bounds. So lead jammer going to Team USA East. And Boomerang up at the front, trying to work over Duracell, sent off on a track cutting penalty.
So both of our jammers now are on scoring passes. Europe is ahead with Duracell jamming. No points on the board there for Europe.
And Unstoppable got 4 on the previous pass. So that's actually somewhat of an auspicious beginning for Team Europe. Unstoppable, one of the powerhouse jammers in the Junior Derby world. Next up now for Team Europe is Salty Siggy. And we're looking for Team USA. Oh, lead jammer Team USA.
1831, is that 1031, Floppy Joe.
Yeah. Floppy Joe with some nice moves there.
Floppy Joe with an apex jump. Oh, a failed apex jump. He's re-entering at the back of the pack.
That's right. And maybe, the officials are right there, and Floppy Joe knows where his foot landed. He's in the best position. Oh, nice defense being administered there by No Limit on the European side, stopping Floppy Joe. That gets Salty Siggy through. But Boomerang with the exit hit on Salty Siggy in turn 3.
Floppy Joe now taking on the European defensive wall back there.
I've noticed that, George, that a lot of the time now we're seeing the U.S. pivot going in on a little bit of offense, but the USA East has been allowing their jammers to pretty much go it alone.
That's very different from what we've been seeing in the championships where jammers have been actually working quite a bit of defense. A little unusual, but it's been very effective.
Yes, it has. Another big hit there by Fabulous.
Cutting the track penalty is going to Salty Siggy, leaving a power jam on the board here for USA East.
That's right, and Floppy Joe already with 15 points on the jam, George. So this could rack up in a hurry.
That's all it takes is that jammer penalty. That will either secure your lead or it's going to get you a lead change.
Okay, 5 more for Floppy Joe. Floppy Joe, great skate control there, but running into Fabulous. And that's going to do it for the jam. And an official review being requested by Team Europe. Early going. Yep, like we said, 15 games today, George. It's a full day. No matter where you are, though, we're glad you're with us. We'll be bringing you every single one of them. And then tomorrow there will be medal games all the way up to a championship game. Tomorrow's games will all be regulation
30-minute halves, and
yes.
Right, that's where it kind of comes down to the wire. If you were tuning in yesterday night for the championships, you know how passionate it got, and we expect the same thing to happen tomorrow.
Yeah. That final game, quite a great effort by all teams. And the Grom Shells, correct?
I announced the game with the Grom Shells. I thought they was going to be a derby riot. I thought they were going to be ripping the bleachers out of here.
Santa Cruz, I don't know if you can call it an upset because the Grom Shells were seeded #1.
Right.
But Seattle had been a 3-time champion.
That game was neck to neck. I mean, at the end of that game, we're only talking about a difference of maybe 15 points. And Seattle had the lead there in that game at least once, but I think it was more like 2 times that they had a lead, and then it just came down to penalties and stronger offense for Santa Cruz.
Wow. Well, and several of those skaters are still here skating for Team USA West, so we'll be seeing more of them. We want to thank you again for joining in the 2018 Junior Roller Derby World Cup, brought to you by Twitch TV and WFTDA. The 2018 International WFTDA playoffs begin August 31st through September 2nd in beautiful A Coruña, Spain. Oh, and I was just told by our production staff, Scott Chicken, there's actually an illegal procedure called for 0-4 on Team Europe for illegally entering the penalty box.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the official review continues.
Yes. So our penalty box is right here. It's at turn 2, so you can't see it on the screen. We'd like to thank our camera operators for doing an amazing job.
Oh, no kidding. They really have
professional.
Learned how to capture the game and follow the action.
Right. We're seeing the same thing our viewers are seeing, and what we're seeing is nothing but the greatest.
And, okay, well, Team Europe with 2 skaters in the penalty box as we are getting ready to resume play. Most importantly, Salty Siggy, the jammer for Team Europe, in the penalty box. Jamming for Team USA, we've got Ruckus. That's right, George.
And Ruckus was taken out of bounds there on the apex, and it was rolled back to the pack. So lead jammer still on table with that actually going to USA East.
Yep. Ruckus is through, and Salty Siggy just kind of ducking underneath the pack out of the penalty box. Oh, big stop there by Duracell. And, boy, some of these names you just keep on repeating.
Oh, a cutting is being assessed to the USA East jammer Ruckus.
Okay, that's correct, George.
Leaving a power jam up for grabs now for Europe. Salty Siggy trying to get past that USA East defensive wall up there in the apex.
Yeah, when they are concentrating on defense, they are a formidable force, no doubt about it. But this jam will go a full 2 minutes. There's still 58 seconds remaining. Good opportunity for Europe to put up some points.
So I was finding out yesterday that some of these skaters have been skating from as far back as 2007 and 2008.
Isn't it amazing?
It's longer than anybody I think I have known in Derby.
That is true. Oh, we have a star pass now on the European side. That is going to the Necky boy.
In the meantime, there's 4 USA points on the board, compliments of Ruckus.
Yeah, Ruckus was released from the penalty box and immediately set to work scoring. Oh, another takedown by Duracell, but Ruckus able to stay on the track. Still scoring, and yeah, right now Team Europe looking to complete an initial pass despite a power jam. Direction of gameplay going on Duracell right now. Okay, well, I was sadly mistaken. That was a scoring pass for Team Europe. First 5 go up.
5 points on the board for Europe.
Okay, USA East now at 39, Europe at 5, 24-22. That official review took some time. Scott Chicken, do we have any word on that? Okay, we're back to the action. Sugar Cookies with the star for Team USA. And this is TNT for Team Europe.
I believe this is TNT's first time jamming, and TNT with an incompleted star pass there. TNT still in possession of the star, got knocked out of bounds on the apex.
Yeah, Sugar Cookies ducked inside, went outside. Now we have the completed star pass. That's going to Chloe on the European side. And that will prompt a call off by Sugar Cookies. Sugar Cookies 7-point jam.
It is really nice that we only have one set of whistles and we're not trying to decipher this from the other rink.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah, so much action over the weekend at the championships. And, of course, we had the open division on the one track and the female division on the other. And there was some bleed over. And, well, you know, and we want to thank the officiating crews as well. We'll be naming those officials here at the next stoppage of play. Ooh, back to the action now. This is Bonnet with the star for USA, and No Limit jamming for Team Europe.
Oh, look at that tumble that No Limit took on the pivot line. And
yeah,
looks like we just got a grand slam or a jammer lap point there on the USA jammer.
And Bonnet through again. That is a 5 point.
That's a 5.
Yeah, 5-point scoring pass. No Limit now looking to pass the star, but going face to face with Hot Wheels and Boomerang on the U.S. defensive side. Connor getting a shot in there too. Now we've got Bonnet going through for 5, and yeah, Skater down at No Limit. And that's going to force a stoppage of play. The medics may need to come out. Well, this does give us an opportunity. We're taking a look now. The coach for Team Europe is out there with No Limit right now. Our officiating crew for this World Cup. Actually, what we're doing, I understand, is we're running 3 games on and 3 games off. So there's actually 2 officiating crews.
Now, right now, No Limit is up. Didn't even need the paramedics to assist. So
that's good news.
That's good news. We've had a couple of these this weekend where it looked serious, but they got up on their own accord, and we're back in 3 jams.
Well, at such a high rate of speed, you know, you go down hard, and if you've ever had the wind knocked out of you,
that's exactly what it is.
It's not a pleasant
just got
feeling.
your clock cleaned, and then once you kind of regain your surroundings there, you're back and ready to go. And plus, we are talking about juniors, so.
That's true. The official timeout continues. Our referees on this game: Harley Quinn Davidson, Tricky Ricky, Ref Metal, Guinness, Damon Mistress, Strapping Young Beard, and Captain Jack Spareher. There's the 5-second signal. Jamming for Team USA East is unstoppable. That is correct. And the Necky boy for Team Europe.
USA with another lead in this jam. Very, very stagnant pack there between the jammer and pivot lines. USA coming out. Looks like that's going to be a 5-point scoring pass. There's a jammer lap point going to USA.
It is, and Unstoppable has just been on a tear. Ooh, cutting the track, going on the Nacky boys. So green light special, George.
That is not going to help Europe at all if they have any hope of trying to pull out a lead change here.
Oh, and Unstoppable. There's so much skate control in these juniors. They are, jumping the apex is just it's as common as
It's not just an apex jump. I'm seeing a lot where they'll jump the apex, land on the center, and then jump the apex a second time. And it's a complete scoring pass around all four, sometimes even 5 opposing skaters.
Yeah. Unstoppable now with 25 on the jam, and
another 5, so 30 points of jam now by Unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean that's really superior. Not only speed but body control in order to just miss the hits. That's 34 this time.
34 now.
Okay, Nacky boy back on the track for Team Europe. Unstoppable just pounding through that wall.
39-point jam so far by USA East, with Unstoppable still full speed ahead with the jammer's position.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah, trying to take a shot there is Monowich, but Unstoppable's forward momentum prevails.
Unstoppable, I believe now, is up over the 40-point mark in this jam. They just avoided that hit there by number 31, Monowich.
That's
jam
right.
is over. We're probably looking 49-point jam by Unstoppable of USA East.
And I have some information because I had the pleasure of calling with Logan Childs on Saturday. The JRDA Championships, at least record jam, is 50 points.
So the record of all time is 50, and Unstoppable from USA East just put 49 on the board.
That's right.
Had it just been a jammer lap point, the record would have been met or exceeded.
Exactly right, George. Back to the action now. This is Floppy Joe with the star, and Nacky boy starting in the penalty box for Team Europe.
USA taking full speed advantage of this power start.
Yeah, now a rollback by Chloe in the pivot position for Team Europe. But, sometimes these rollbacks almost backfire in the junior game because it just gives the jammers more space to build up speed.
Yes. And we're also seeing the rollbacks where they actually reverse a complete lap and before the initial pass is completed. And
okay, 4 points this time. Now we have a star pass on the European side going to Chloe, and
another grand slam there by USA East. Oh, apex jump, just a hair from being completed, knocked out of bounds there by by Europe.
Yeah, that was fabulous with that jammer kill.
It was just perfectly timed.
It was.
Soon as Floppy Joe's skate hit that ground, just clocked out on the jammer line.
That's exactly right, George. And now Floppy Joe shook that one off. Another big hit by Fabulous, and Fabulous is starting to take matters into their own hands against Floppy Joe. But Floppy Joe with the shoulder fake, able to make it through on another scoring pass. Of course, with the juniors, the conditioning, you figure they're all going to be in excellent condition. Oh, direction of gameplay.
Clockwise block penalty there to Fabulous.
Yeah, Fabulous, the captain of the European side, and they will have to start this next jam in the penalty box. Boy, that's another big jam put up by USA East.
We're 134-5, and we're not even halfway done yet.
That is correct. Yeah, Rye Maxwell says, wow, 49-point jam. That's freaking awesome. Indeed it is.
If you're just tuning in, about 2 jams ago, we had a USA East almost power jam, 49 points on the board in that 2-minute stretch.
Okay, and back to the action. We've got Ruckus jamming for Team USA. Nacky boy, No. Duracell with the star for Team Europe, and another skater down on the pivot line for Team Europe. This is the pivot now for the folks in the yellow jerseys, and the medical staff will come out right now. Our head NSO for this game is another friend of ours, George.
Yes.
Staten the Hat from Harrisburg, PA area roller derby.
We've got Team Pennsylvania here doing the official, because Pinky and the Bronze also down there from Nard in Clearfield, Pennsylvania.
That's great. D. Baggins, Mama Panda, David Reed, Barney Trouble, Guacamole, and Mia Culprit
and
round out the NSO crew.
As you can see, the Euro pivot there, number 1 TNT, back up on skates on his own power. So another good sign.
Yes, yes. Coming across the Atlantic, you certainly want to enjoy the tournament, and and I'm sure that that's one of those situations where the teams with the longer travel not only expense but travel expenditure energy-wise,
yes,
they might take a day to really get cracking. All right, next up we've got number 13 Sugar Cookies jamming for Team USA, and the converse number 31 Mona Witch jamming for Team Europe.
And we've had a lot of games this weekend with Sugar Cookies has been a skater. Sugar Cookies has proven to be a pretty strong jammer.
Okay, yeah, official time out now. And we have a little bit of conversation on our Twitter chat talking about aging out. The JRDA is 18 and under, but if you turn 18 during the season, you are allowed to complete the season.
We have had a laundry list of skaters from the championships who have aged out, and actually the champs this weekend was their final game as JRDA skaters. I mean, we hope sincerely that everybody who is aging out will continue in
the sport,
their local professional organization, whether it be the WFTDA or the MRDA, whatever they feel is appropriate. Because there's with the skill that we've seen, everybody did amazing, and
it's the future of the sport.
Absolutely.
And it is so. I mean, my eyes have been opened this weekend in a way that they hadn't been for quite some time.
Yes.
Now we are through lead jammer, going to Sugar Cookies for Team USA East. Mona Witch still working on that Team USA defense, but she is through. And Sugar Cookies being rolled back right now, attempting a cut track pull, but boy, Sugar Cookies making no bones about wanting to stop the action.
Called that jam off in short order as soon as that Europe jammer came into the pack.
Okay, so a 2-0 jam this time in favor of Team USA. And okay, we've got a little bit of the crowd is just really phenomenal. I don't know if
we've got a giant Great Britain flag here, 2 Canadian flags, 3 Great Britain, 2
All right, back to the action. Bonnet with the star for Team USA, out to a quick lead.
That's number 6, Chloe, jamming for Europe. Chloe takes the star cover off and attempt either a star pass or a star stash. Passes the star to number 7, Killer Sushi. Killer Sushi is now coming around the track.
Okay, and forearm penalty is going on the European blocker. Our producer, Scott Chicken, just handed me a note at the end of that. Oh, forearm penalty now going on
Sushi.
Killer
Sushi.
Yeah, so it'll be a power jam, Team USA. That last jam, actually, 4 points put up at the end by Mona Witch. That was the first jam that Team Europe outscored Team USA East in this contest.
So Bonnet now that's a 5-point scoring pass there by Bonnet. in the midst of another scoring pass, avoids a block by another European blocker. So another 5 on the board for USA East.
Okay, Killer Sushi sprung from the penalty box and immediately making impact with the team USA defense.
It looked like Killer Sushi was going to attempt an apex jump and might have actually contacted an opponent. Didn't know if their skates were off the ground, so just to be safe, Killer Sushi re-entered at the back.
And continuing, cut track now. Oh, illegal contact, excuse me.
I should clarify that.
Going on Bonnet.
I should clarify that re-entering at the back of the pack does not affect a blocking while you're in the air call. Nothing to do with it.
Okay. That will do it for the jam. The clock expires, and Killer Sushi putting up 5 for Team Europe. Okay, so 14 go up for Team USA, and at this point, every point that the opponents of these juggernaut teams, USA East and West, put up, could conceivably be very important, because the way this format works, if we don't have clear seeding based on wins and losses, then they look at points. So that is certainly something to keep in mind. I see in the back of the track that Duracell is getting ready to jam for Team Europe.
And that's number, it might be 731, Enigma?
Yeah, Enigma has not jammed yet in the game.
Yep, it looks like it. So we're actually positioned facing we're on the pivot line side of the track, so we're facing the jammers.
And that is Enigma.
Yep, that's Enigma.
Yeah, Enigma and Duracell. This should be a contest.
Well, and a change of events here.
Yes.
USA's jammer number 28.
Bonnet sent to the penalty box. So
handing a power start over now to Europe.
Okay, that was Enigma just ranging in the back of the start zone, trying to get in the head of Duracell maybe a little bit. Our bad. And yeah, the official timeout continues, and of course, these official timeouts have to be judiciously applied throughout the day today, or we could be here at 2 a.m.
We've all had those games before.
Yes, yeah, and so when you have to do it, you have to do it.
It's absolutely necessary, and you want it. You know that it's needed. It's necessary because usually it affects things like scoring and the outcome of a game. It's just it's a necessary evil, Gretchen.
Sure. And look at Enigma going face to face with Duracell there. It's kind of one-on-one defense.
We've been seeing a lot of blocking like that. A lot of forward-facing.
Duracell able to make it through, though. You're exactly correct.
You're a power jam right now. Duracell on fire around that track. Comes in.
That's right.
Enters.
This is the first lead jam of the game for Team Europe, George.
Yes.
And Duracell now getting a little bit of offensive help. The power jam is over, and Bonnet is through on the initial.
Duracell then knocked out of bounds by number 22, Connor, with a rollback.
Yeah, Connor, a strong skater. That is a 5-point pass for Bonnet now. Duracell choosing to run the jam long, looking to put up points for Europe. 5 more for Bonnet. And now the rollback in place by Dubinsky for Team USA East.
Very good transition from USA from working offense to defense almost on the fly. Just on top of their game. They know when to just immediately switch to a full defense mode.
Well, and the thing that's interesting about it is a skater goes down again. This is Violent Vilda for Team Europe. And
Vilda's back up, though.
Yeah.
Not even, all right.
And that will That will stop the play right now. 20 so far for Team USA. But yeah, back to your point about the transition.
Yes.
It's very true. And the interesting thing to watch as game play progresses is, we saw that in the championships, which is somewhat to be expected because these teams,
the best of the
they
best.
practice together, etc. They know their teammates. But yeah, now that we've got a like an all-star team, if you will, they're meshing quite well, quite quickly.
This is some very professional derby. I've got to be completely honest. I have not seen junior derby much, and I didn't expect it to be on this level. I'm very impressed by what I'm seeing.
I think a lot of first-time fans here in the Philadelphia area feel the same way. And it's been a great experience for the area, and of course the venerable Sports Flex here in Feasterville, Pennsylvania, has been the site of much derby tradition over the years.
No stranger to roller derby here. This is the home of the East Coast Derby Extravaganza.
That's right. Okay, back to the action now. It is Unstoppable jamming for Team USA East, and Salty Siggy for Team Europe. Unstoppable through and lead. Oh my.
Coming through like a bulldozer.
Yeah. So people get in your way at your peril. Get in his way at your peril. Here he comes again. And he's able to stay in. Yeah.
Both toe stops were definitely inbound. We saw that from up here. So there's a scoring pass complete. A grand slam, 5 on the board for USA.
Yeah, Unstoppable just really at the top of the game right now. And taking a shot.
Number 42.
Yeah.
Fabulous. The captain for Team Europe. We've been seeing some good blocking there by Fabulous just as well.
Yeah, there was an attempted star pass, and Salty Siggy had to sit down on an illegal procedure call. So it is another power jam in favor of Team USA East.
Team USA now just 8 points shy of the 200-point mark. Europe still stuck at 15.
Yeah. Well, Unstoppable. What a weapon to have. You throw out a couple of new jammers here, there, and then, dipping under the defense.
Gretchen, I'm gonna say Unstoppable picked a very appropriate name. I mean, we're over 200 points.
And that's right, and he had that 49-point
I was just
going
to ask if that was that same jam. Absolutely, Unstoppable with a 49-point jam just a few minutes ago.
But this time, that was Mona Witch with the defensive stop for Team Europe. And, in a game like this, you take every small victory to heart.
Right. Like we said, it's not about winner versus loser in these games. We're looking at the points, too, when it comes to the final, which is going to be tomorrow. So make sure you tune in for tomorrow, too.
That's right. Same place.
Yeah.
Twitch TV/WFTDA. And we'll be here. We hope you are too. All right. Coming up next, and a little conversation on the jam line. That's one of the great things about the World Cup atmosphere is the respect between the athletes. We've got Floppy Joe jamming for USA, and TNT out.
I'm not hearing two. Okay, there's
yes.
The two whistles there by TNT. Just took a minute for the jam ref to make sure. Floppy Joe taking a bounce to the rollback. That's a grand slam by Europe, and you can hear the enthusiasm in the crowd.
How about that, TNT?
Listen to that.
He knew he was in bounds. He took the hit, but great play there. Floppy Joe through the pack now. TNT going to run it long. Floppy Joe with a little bit of pyrotechnics themselves.
Finding some 4 points on the board there by USA.
TNT at the front now. And getting through, still being engaged by Hernandez.
There's a USA
out of play
cutting
on
the track.
Yep,
we've got the USA jammer now serving a cutting penalty. So Europe on a much needed power jam.
That is right. That's Enigma now trying to hold off TNT. TNT with the biggest jam of the contest in their sights for Team Europe will call off the jam.
Europe saving that power start for another one of their jammers.
That's right, icing the jammer. Smart play.
There's a group hug there on the jammer line. You might have missed it a few minutes ago. We had a Europe skater, and I believe it was a Great Britain skater practicing their hip checks against another behind the, well off the side of the track, just out of fun.
There you go, a 12-point jam.
Very good rivalry here.
Yeah, that's the largest Team Europe jam of the game, and they're going to have a power jam start again now. This will be No Limit with the star for Team Europe. The power jam is over, though, and Floppy Joe comes flying.
Right out of the box, taking advantage of that, picking up lead, even though they were down that power start.
Yeah. Well, so many times that it's so easy to, for the pack play to focus on, the jammer on the track. And Floppy Joe now coming through on a second scoring pass.
That's another defensive hit by 42. Fabulous.
Yes.
Fabulous doing an amazing job with those defensive hits.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, with the captain C for good reason. Fabulous now going face-to-face with Floppy Joe and takes him out of bounds. Okay, we have a star pass on Team Europe going to Mona Witch now. And Mona, with the star in hand, going to go ahead and put it on. Floppy Joe, after a momentary distraction, makes it through for 5 more.
We got one Europe blocker being sent off the track there.
Yeah, and I shouldn't say momentary distraction in a flippant way, because what was holding him up was that tough as nails Team Europe defense. Now there's Fabulous again, holding down the inside. Boomerang trying to provide some offensive assistance. And,
Fabulous attempts a hit there on a Floppy Joe, but fails. Floppy Joe, not even phased, stays in bounds and puts another 5 on the board for USA East.
Yeah, how do you practice these things is what I would like to know. Floppy Joe puts up 5 more, and that will do it for the jam.
I'll tell you, Gretchen, if this is the future that we can expect to see from Derby, I can't wait to see it at some of our local rinks. I can't wait to see it at some of these bigger tournaments, because this is just absolutely unreal.
It is. Yeah, it's taking the game and, adding all of the knowledge that it has taken experienced skaters years to assemble. These kids have right now. Okay, we've got Ruckus jamming for Team USA and Duracell for Team Europe.
So Ruckus is up front. There's a classic tripod by Europe, and a power jam going to Europe with Duracell charged up around it. So I did there, charged up around the track.
I do. Okay, actually not a power jam. Ruckus was just rolling back, but Ruckus still not through on the initial.
Maybe I meant to say jam a lap point.
I think so. And well defended there by Chloe, holding off Ruckus. Chloe passes off Ruckus to Clara, and Clara holds them off as well.
Connor from USA off the penalty box. A little bit of an advantage going to Europe.
Oh, how about that, George?
Duracell with a 5 on the board.
That's right. And immediately back into the pack. A star stash. Oh, Duracell on the narrowest of margins, making it through on the inside of turn 4.
Despite the wide gap in our points, Europe does have some very effective jammers.
Oh, without question.
It's just some teams it takes them a little bit of time to get the feel for the gameplay, and unfortunately, Europe is just a couple james behind that.
Well, and with 30-minute games, you don't get much time. Okay, that's the first shutout jam, Europe versus US East. So Europe definitely moving in the right direction.
Good
here,
job,
George.
Europe.
Okay, back to the action now. We got Sugar Cookies jamming for Team USA East and Killer Sushi with the star for Team Europe.
Killer Sushi had a 3-wall up front by USA. Knocked Sushi out of bounds right around the pivot line, and Sushi's all the way at the back.
Here comes some offense by Ari Cantrell trying to, oh, look at Sugar Cookies trying to stay in bounds, but she wasn't able to. So it's a power jam now. Killer Sushi with the power jam for Team Europe. Oh, big hit. Big hit by Connor.
Very good hit. That puts Killer Sushi out of bounds right near the apex.
Yes. Okay, Killer Sushi now looking for some offensive help by Violent Vilda. And when Team USA East focuses on defense, it is a formidable sight. Okay, Killer Sushi with the star off. Nice pass. That's,
beautiful. Beautiful. That's just a classic star pass right there. That's
isn't it though?
And there's your crowd going crazy there with number 04 wearing that star now for Europe.
Vilda. Yeah, and that's exactly, again, it's the Derby IQ that these junior athletes have that's so amazing. They look for the star pass when it benefits the team.
Right. We're not seeing a lot of star stashes. It's been a few here and there, but a lot of these star passes are just perfectly timed, perfectly executed.
Yep. Sugar Cookies now out of the penalty box with 4 points up. Now, trying to get through. Here comes an exit hit.
Fabulous once again.
Yep.
Fabulous goes down, so USA jammer Sugar Cookie comes back in. And that's all legal, and that's another 5 on the board for USA, 3 for Europe.
3 go up for Violent Vilda, and so that takes Europe to 39. Team USA East at 246. They're coming up on what could be the final jam of the game, George. As again, these are 30-minute games today, each team playing all of the other opponents or other participants. Okay, we've got Bonnet with the star, but out in front, lead jammer
That's TNT.
Europe. Yes.
Coming out like dynamite, ready to fight. Attempted an apex jump, failed, came out of bounds and touched outside, so TNT has to re-enter.
Yeah, TNT's going to call as Bonnet had picked up points coming from behind.
I was announcing one of the games the other night, and number 101 on Team USA had received a penalty, and we had actually been saying that name wrong. And Ari is the jammer's name, was so nice and so friendly about turning around and just saying, "It's Ari." And I talked to her after the game, and super sweet girl.
Okay, we got Duracell now jamming for Team Europe, and Unstoppable for Team USA East. Duracell looking for a star pass, and Boomerang immediately going up front to try to cover that eventuality. Oh, well defended there.
That was some very good blocking by Duracell. USA, though, just had that quick reforming defensive wall.
Yeah. Well, it's Martin and Boomerang. We have the star pass now going to Killer Sushi, who is leveled by Boomerang. Okay, Unstoppable continues to roll for Team USA East. The period clock, or the game clock actually, has expired, so we're on jam time now. And with Unstoppable's track record, probably wouldn't call until Europe springs their jammer.
I expect Unstoppable to run this out to the end because there is some very good blocking by number 817 for USA. That's Boomerang.
Yeah, Boomerang has just been, Unstoppable and Boomerang are teammates on Philly, but a forearm penalty on Unstoppable. And he's going to have to hustle to sit before, he did. He sat at 35 on the jam clock. So now Killer Sushi In a power jam, Team Europe looking to spring them, and Killer Sushi able to stay in.
Oh.
Here comes Martin
Oh.
at the end, though, with the exit hit. And Killer Sushi getting back up to the cheers of the assembled roller derby fans.
4 seconds.
Yeah, unstoppable. Released from the box, going up, airborne, 2 points.
Just completes an apex jump while the whistles were being blown. So past 2 blockers while airborne.
Yeah.